Good afternoon. Today, we're going to share our project experience using BIM 360 on our Namfung Kaitak project. So let me start off by briefly introducing our company. Namfung Development, as part of the Namfung Group, is founded in 1954. It's one of the largest privately held conglomerate in Hong Kong. And as the owner, we are trying to actively lead and implement the BIM and VDC process as the owner, and we aim to have more certainty in the project forecast and encourage more collaboration among the project stakeholders and achieve higher efficiency in project delivery throughout different project stages. So we have been implementing BIM project actively for the last 5 years, 5+ years, and these are some of the recent projects which have won Autodesk and other BIM awards in last 2 years, including Keysight, the Autodesk BIM Award 2018 winner. So Namfung Kaitak project is located in prime location of East Kowloon, where the government's new CBD2 initiative is taking place. There will be an underground connection from Kaitak MTR station to Namfung Kaitak development, and when you exit from the Kaitak station to station square above, this will be the building facade you'll be facing. And Namfung Kaitak is a landmark $35 billion development in East Kowloon, and it is a mixed-use building project located in the prestigious lot of Kaitak area, consisting of 2 office towers, retail podium garden, PTI, and basement car park. The building will sit on the site area of approximately 17,700 meters square, with total GFA of approximately 177,700 meters square, and standing approximately 200 meters above ground. So let's start talking about BIM. And during the inception stage, when we first start to plan for the project, we should decide what we are trying to achieve at the end of the project by implementing BIM. As private developers, we are not just doing BIM, implementing BIM because we have to or not because it is mandated. As project managers, we want the project BIM to facilitate achieving the project goals in time, with the budget, and with the quality of the product. For Namfung Kaitak project, we wanted to achieve these BIM objectives we aim to ensure spatial requirements from various stakeholders are achieved, and optimize the layout for maintenance operations, and minimize the abortive works during the construction stage by resolving the clashes at early stage, and shorten the time for TNC with the informative as-built models, and provide cost information throughout the project lifecycle to assist decision making and planning. And last but not least, improve the operation maintenance efficiency with accurate as-built models. So these BIM objectives can be achieved by different activities in different stages by different parties. For spatial requirement and layout optimization can be achieved during design stage. Minimize abortive works and TNC time while monitoring the cost during the construction, and high efficiency in operation and maintenance after completion. And these BIM objectives can be achieved only when the project information is properly accumulated and managed properly over project stages. And to properly manage accumulated project information, all these activities should happen on a common data environment. So this diagram that I borrow from Autodesk website summarizes this concept very clearly. In Kaitak project, we have implemented BIM 360 as CDE from design stage, and design consultants and project stakeholders have been accumulating project information, including documents, drawings, and BIM models. The information is only valuable when it is organized. Often, in many projects, every project member uses different means of information transfer. Some companies use their own FTP website. FTP server to send out their documents. Some people use web-based file transfer, and some use cloud storage of their own, expecting other parties to download, transfer information to their own local storage. This leads to problem of verifying latest information and difficulties of linking bits and pieces of information in different locations. Not to mention these FTP or file transfer links usually have expiration dates. So we have this project, we have decided to implement BIM 360 as the project CDE to store project information and project BIM models. Namfung Kaitak project, project duration for this Namfung Kaitak project is of approximately 4 years. It's a fast-track construction project, and the foundation works have started in the first quarter of 2018. With the tight program and fast-track construction, the team needed more agile collaboration between number of consultants and project stakeholders. So at the beginning of the design stage, Namfung has set up a central project office adjacent to the project site for the project team, where project managers and design consultant and all the other project stakeholders to collaborate and coordinate design development face to face. So this central project office with conference room, meeting tables, and hot desk, work desk have provided a physical shared working environment to facilitate collaboration. And when it comes to BIM collaboration, we also needed a shared working space where every project member could coordinate in more agile manner. So for this project, for Namfung Kaitak project, we did not adopt traditional milestone model upload and coordination workflow. All work-in-progress discipline models were initialized as cloud-shared models in BIM 360. Why is it important to have cloud-shared central files for collaboration? Why could we not have just used file upload at every milestone or at every meeting, coordination meeting? So during design stages, there were more than 20 packages being prepared by more than 20 numbers of consultants. All major packages, architecture, structure, building services, and landscape packages were required to coordinate the design, and the project had to be delivered in BIM. The design architect, whose team was also stationed in central project office, had headquarters back in Oslo, Norway, and some of the engineers modeling team were based in India. And most of the consultants modeling team were based in different locations in Hong Kong, but it was not practically, it's not practical to have all the modeling team in CPO just like the engineers or designers, due to the limitation of physical space, considering the number of modelers involved in this large-scale project. So with cloud-shared central files, the project designers and modelers could work on the same set of models as if they were working in the same office within a same server setting. So in modern construction projects, different packages are commonly prepared by different specialized consulting teams: architecture by architects, structure by structure, BS by BS engineers. In traditional milestone model updates, BIM projects, model authoring of different discipline packages happen in isolation. And these models prepared by different consultants in isolation will be consolidated intermittently to coordinate design between trades, say at every milestone or at every coordination meeting, if you're lucky. So, and then the team will go back to their office and update their models to resolve the clashes based on the record of agreement, and repeat this process until the design program permits, usually never until the issues are fully resolved. And this process of disconnected authoring, in this process, the information is at the risk of loss in communication between different parties, especially when there's an outsourced modeling team. In connected collaborative authoring with cloud shared BIM, all models are put together in the same models, referring to the latest information. With cloud BIM, models model authors can collaborate more in more agile manner, reducing coordination and model update turnaround time. For example, the building services engineer don't have to wait for simple framing update in structural model until next milestone or next coordination meeting. The BS modeler or coordinator can simply communicate with the structural coordinator over the messenger or emails. And he will be able to see the model update in framing in a few minutes. For Namfung Kaitak project, during the design stage, we have adopted BIM 360 team as CDE, and where all the central files are saved in BIM 360 team. And collaboration for Revit service was enabled for the modelers to work on the cloud shared modeling. And each discipline models were prepared by responsible design consultant in the philosophy of level 2 BIM. And here you can see the federated model combining all the major packages in BIM 360. The architecture model was developed by both design architect and local executive architect. And we maintained one model during the design stage. Design architect was responsible for the front of house, and and executive architects were responsible for the back of house area. And we use work sets to contain different scopes in the same model by 2 different companies. And by having 2 architects in the same model, you could imagine a lot of problems can happen. 2 architects in the same model. And we did come across a number of conflicts, but because we could see the conflicts, we did come across the conflicts, we could resolve the issues at earlier stage. And of course, because the design architect and the executive architect responsible for different areas could coordinate better at the interface. Overall structural model, we had one model developed by the structural engineer, and building services were separated into podium and tower, and 2 different engineering firms were responsible for model update. And overall facade model was developed by the facade engineer, and the overall landscape model was developed by the landscape architect. There were a few things to consider while setting up the model, separated by different design packages. BIM models in CDE are like the site in real-life construction. Work sets in a BIM model define scope of works within a single model and allow a number of modelers to work on a single file at the same time. Different parties shall own the work set to prevent other parties from modifying the elements. And clear division of the scope and protocol should be agreed prior to the commencement of the modeling works. And we should also consider pros and cons of having either a separated model or having the work set in the same model. And also, like the construction site, contract BIM manager should closely manage and maintain the CDE site to ensure compliance with the BIM spec and BIM standard. Otherwise, the CDE folder structure and the model quality will be really messy and bring the maintainability of the model down. So while we're updating cloud shared models in BIM 360 team with collaboration for Revit in 2018, modelers use communicator app that came with the service. And it really helped the modelers to communicate with each other and coordinate the work models in a more agile manner. This allowed other modelers to see who else is working on the model right now at the moment and which model they're working in. It's very similar to MSN or ICQ back in the days. On the right side, you can see our design architect sent a message to our executive architect regarding a wall element, and the executive architect team member just noticed the mistake and just update the models in a matter of minutes. Unfortunately, this communicator app is not available anymore in BIM 60 docs and current version of the service, and we do hope this service comes back to the current version very soon. And at the end of the design stage, the tender drawings were produced all from the models, uploaded BIM 60 as PDF as issue documents. And some of the building service package were further segregated into works packages such as FS, EL, electrical, AC, podium, and the drawings and the module produced from design models form part of the tender information. So during the design stage, we had 7 major consultants and model authors from Oslo, India, and Hong Kong. And after most of the packages were awarded, now the consultant team will change their role to as model reviewer, and works package contractors will model works packages models in different parts of Asia, from India, Malaysia, China to Hong Kong. Will start to collaborate in BIM 360 cloud shared model. The main contract and other subcontracts require responsible contractors to author BIM model during the construction for coordination and drawing submission. This is a contract requirement. And the main contract of Namfung Kaitak has been awarded back in March, and all the major MEP packages were also awarded soon after. The team is now gearing up to set up the CDE and baseline BIM models for coordination and drawing submission. So you might wonder why we had to set up a construction stage CDE again. We used BIM 360 team, but now for the construction stage CDE, we did decide to shift to BIM 360 team with BIM 360 docs. Sorry, BIM 360 docs with BIM 360 design, and because the service has been rebranded, so we had to consider the pros and cons of using the same service or move to the new one. And the project still has 3 more years to go. And the BIM 360 docs and the design offered better access permission control of each folders and detailed record of the activities within the CDE. So we decided to switch to this new platform. And we just wish the service has launched a year earlier, then we didn't have to launch it. So I'm sure you have all seen many BIM workflow diagrams, so I don't want to bore you with another one. But let me just show you one that explains how the BIM 360 design fits in our construction stage workflow. First, we start with the work in progress models in BIM 360 docs. And every week prior to the coordination meeting, all the contractors, subcontractors are required to release the information 2 days before the meeting date. And the day before the coordination meeting, the main contractor is responsible for consolidation of the released information and identifying the issues for coordination meetings. And after the meeting, the NSCs will again update the model based on the actions agreed during the meeting. And this process is iterative and managed by BIM 360 design workflow. When finally the coordination team agrees that the model for the area is issue-free, the models will be again used for contractual drawing submission, such as a CBWD, CSD, and ISD, etc. So this is our BIM 360 design collaboration module with several contractors and design discipline teams created at the moment, but we are still setting up the teams for different packages and trades at the moment. And these dots on the timeline indicate different information released from the work in progress model at different times. So that's what we have done so far in our project. So what is next for Kaitak team once all the packages are awarded? We are still setting up the construction CDE. We're still in the progress, and the design collaboration teams are also being set up, and we are still in the process of educating and familiarizing the entire modeling team. And apart from the design coordination workflow, you may remember we also had a cost management as one of the BIM objectives. And we have incorporated 5D BIM requirement into the main contract and other major packages, other major subcontract packages, which require contractors to follow the modeling guideline as we specified in the BIM spec, including a parameter input for Namfung QS teams use. These QS parameters will be used to generate model-based BQ for estimation and valuation purposes when there's a VO or every interim payment. Also, we have detailed asset information parameter requirement in the BIM spec in the contract, with the asset information input by the contractor stored in the BIM in cloud CDE. Namfung's AM system will integrate asset database with 3D geometry and MEP systems reading through BMS for higher efficiency in asset and facility management. And lastly, Fung has previously developed specifically designed in-house defects management system. It's based on web interface, also on mobile system for site agents, and we are working with our IT departments and Autodesk to further improve our defects management system to integrate cloud-based project information, including drawings, models in terms of usability and accuracy of the information displayed in the system via Forge interface. So for example, by linking the as-built information or work in progress information from BIM 360 Kaitak models, our defects management system will be able to link up latest as maintained layout and room information, all the other equipment information. That would be all for my sharing today. Thank you.